What's up with it, Vanilla Face? Shout out the rich homie Ali G. I'm a little bit hyper because I took a caffeine pill. Work was boring, football was aggravating me. On Twitter, everybody seems to be really thrilled with Mac Jones' performance on Thursday Night Football against the Rams. And I get that he had big stats, but haven't we learned our lesson? Didn't Matt Schaub and then RG3 and Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo and Nick Mullins and Brock Purdy and now apparently Mac Jones, hasn't that taught us a lesson that, like, maybe, just maybe, these incredible statistics have something to do with the coach and not really the weaponry or the quarterback? No? We're still just looking at the box score and saying that number's pretty? Cool. I'm going to go through every snap, yes, every drop back of Mac Jones' game, and we're going to break down if he got past the first read. He didn't. It just didn't happen much. And if the throw is difficult, and we're going to grade each throw, and we're going to put together a grade in the end. If you're not familiar, this is the chart that I use for making such grades. I chart dozens of quarterbacks' performances per week, typically. Dozens is probably too many. Multiple half dozens at the least. And so far this year, I've already graded over 1,000 snaps. Been doing this for 5 years. I have a pretty fucking good frame of reference. And then to test whether or not I know what the hell I'm looking at, I use my evaluations as the sole information when making bets, which is why this channel is called Money Where the Film Is, because I watch the film and it tells me how to make the money. Tends to work pretty well. Without further ado, let's actually get to the film where we will see, did Mac Jones get past his first read? And was the throw difficult? Stick around if you want to see why exactly I gave him a D+ for the game. I'll show the chart at the end after the film. But to that film. All right, we are going to fly through this because this is my second take. The first time I recorded my screen wrong. Mac Jones, first read, running back screen, easy throw, no thought involved. It's your first read, and we're going to see that quite a bit. Even when it's not a screen, Mac Jones rarely makes it past his first read. I think I counted 5 times in the entire game. Here's play action and throw right back to that same running back. First read, Mac Jones' head never moves. A lot of people on Twitter and pundits that don't actually watch the games love to talk about how when these mediocre at best quarterbacks are really productive, it's because they're so smart. There's your first read, and there's a 5-yard throw. Head never moves. Ball is easy to throw. He's super productive, but it's because he's cerebral and his awareness, because they played Madden, and like when your overall's high and you don't have good arm talent or speed, it's because your awareness is high. Once again, people are going to say, the uninitiated, right? They're going to say, oh, first read, second read, third read. Nope, false. This is all designed. It's a fake screen to get the corners to bite. It's a fake screen to get the linebackers to bite. And then everybody's pulled apart and stretched wide, and you throw it right over the middle. But yes, people love to blame all this stuff on anticipation. Remember with Tua? Oh, he had great anticipation and accuracy. No, actually, he didn't. It turns out when you run a Mike McDaniel, Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay, first read, easy throw type scheme, all you have to do is trust implicitly that the play as called and designed will work every single time no matter what. You do not have to make a call at the line of the scrimmage. You do not have to have arm talent or athleticism or do anything smart. You don't even have to anticipate. Simply throw the ball when you're told to the guy you're told to. Right? Now, ironically, as I'm saying this, Mac Jones is actually going to make a nice play. It's his first plus pocket movement. No, he doesn't move, but he sacrifices his body, throws the ball while knowing he's going to get hit. That takes balls. That takes bravery. I give points for that. Plus pocket movement, and then it's a 10-yard hook. Now, is it open? Yeah. Is it covered at all? No, but it is 10 yards downfield to the boundary. Give him a little credit for the arm talent and the accuracy. Solid throw. Nothing to write home about, but better than average, and average is typically all we see out of him in this game. Mac Jones set a record with 27. Yes, 27 routine throws such as this one. Now, this one's kind of a fun one, right? He actually makes it to his second read. It's his running back check down. But see, he wanted to throw the ball to 5 up at the top of the screen. I think that's MVS. I don't know who it is, but they had a really good game. Pocket's a little bit muddy, so he gets his second plus pocket movement of the day, and he throws the check down. across the body, but it is still 3 yards down the field. It is not impressive. It is nothing. It is a routine throw with a plus pocket movement. It is a slightly positive play, 1 of 7 he had on the entire night. Yuck. This one, again, broadcast angle is going to make it look like it's kind of a tight window, but I'm going to include the tight copy for you because when you watch lots of film, you see that these middle slants, like RPOs typically are, it's actually wide open, right? The trail defender is nowhere near. The safety crashing from depth, he's nowhere near, and the linebacker in the middle of the field's 5 yards off. It's a wide open window. I wish I had the opposite angle for you so you could see like what the quarterback's seeing, but alas, we'll see plenty of it later. It's a routine throw. It's really easy. And guess what? It's the first read. Play action. Waits on it. First read. There's a miscommunication. Now I'm going to guess, call me crazy, the Harvard graduate fullback who's been in the league for 15 years or whatever the hell, he didn't run the wrong route. Mac Jones, who's been with the team a little bit less and has a lot less chemistry, he probably just misunderstood. It's not an inaccurate throw, but it's a bad throw. He didn't understand the route. Here, flea flicker, right? Nah, it's just a screen. You'll notice that Mac Jones never even looks at the top of the screen. It is a one read, halfback screen with a lot of dressing. Routine throw, anybody could do it. Your grandma could do it. Your mother could do it. Shout out all the moms. This is Mac Jones' most difficult attempt of the day, but he kind of leaves the ball in no man's land. Now, first of all, it's his first read. He does this little shoulder fake to try to like stunt the safety, I guess. I don't fucking know. And I guess it kind of works because that safety doesn't get over the top, but it's cover 4, so it really wouldn't have been a true double team anyway. Regardless, Mac Jones has upfield leverage. What does that mean? It means that that receiver has beaten the corner deep, right? If they race to the back pylon, the receiver is going to win. He has a head start. Mac Jones does not lead him, though. Mac Jones throws the ball underthrown for like a jump ball. But the problem is, if you're going to throw a jump ball, you have to leave it in bounds so that your receiver can jump, catch it, and come down without his heels touching white paint. Unfortunately, Mac Jones throws a ball too far outside. Now, this ball would have been perfectly placed if it was 4 yards further downfield, so the receiver could run under it and toe drag. But when you have to spin around and rebase yourself for a jump ball or a back shoulder, that's not really possible, because if your heels touch white paint after the catch, you're out of bounds. It's a bad throw, but it's close to being a good throw. He just kind of split the difference between two different kinds of good throws. I'll show you the tight copy so you can see exactly how it plays out at a better angle. And yeah, nobody can make that catch, right? Because it's impossible to toe drag when you're spinning on an underthrown ball. Bad ball, first read, but at least it was deeper down the field. It was more difficult, but the problem is if every time you try the difficult throws you don't make them, you're not very good. Now that's how it's supposed to look. Granted, if they're even, they're leaving, right? So right here, when Jones throws the ball, he should lead his receiver up the field. It's one-on-one coverage. Safety's in the middle. He can't help. Throw that ball to the front pylon of the end zone, and it will be a touchdown. But good awareness by whoever number 5 is, maybe MVS. That's my working theory of the case. Really good awareness to locate the ball, spin around, great body control, nice catch. Still a solid throw. It was placed well enough that the adjustment could be made. And guess what? This is going to be the first read. It's going to be a flat. It's going to be wide open. It's going to be 3 yards downfield. It's going to be real fucking easy. Yet again, because again, all you have to do to execute it, Shanahan offense is just do exactly what you're told and don't think too much. Now, this ball's actually pretty nice, right? 15-yard downfield dig right over the linebacker's ear. Well placed. I love to see it. That is a solid throw. Good job. Still the first read, but a solid throw. Here's another one. Slant, routine throw. It's dropped. That's not Mac's fault, but we don't praise you for driving sober. We just punish you for driving drunk, right? Mac did nothing wrong there. So we're not going to praise him, but we're also not going to punish him. Here, man, bad throw, Mac. You get the ball batted. Why? Because you tried to throw the ball through a defender. You threw the ball low. You're fading away rather than driving over the top. And frankly, you're just a little late. Play action. Doesn't like his first read. Comes to his second read, who's right next door, right? The first read is he's supposed to throw the ball to 5. Again, I think that's MVS. On this little hook route, for whatever reason he doesn't like it, it is wide open. It certainly should be thrown right to the corner of the L on the logo. But if you want to throw the ball to 84 instead, who's going to mind? It's all easy. First read running back, Texas route, a little late. Oh, it's a tight end on a Texas route. Still a little bit late. That's why the ball comes out. Routine throw, but could have been timed better. Lots of motion. We know it's zone. That gives you all of your answers before the fact. We're in the 2-minute drive, check down routine. Going to be a lot of routine throws and first reads on this 2-minute drive until Mac Jones just doesn't have the arm to make this throw. Bad ball fades away. You got to get your mechanics better when you don't have God-given talent. That's a false start by the right tackle. We're not going to talk about it. Mac Jones going to throw the ball in the dirt. It's a bad ball. I like to show the tight copy on certain plays to show angles you don't see on the broadcast angle. Fuck is this guy doing? Right? There's nobody in the pocket. It's not a throwaway. It looks like a throwaway at first, but like he's clean as all hell. So why is he throwing the ball so high? Why is he throwing the ball so long? Did he think that Christian McCaffrey was going to stop? Why? It was doubled over the top. Throw the curl. That's a bad ball. Whether it's miscommunication or just a silly throwaway, either way, it's not impressive. Clean ass pocket. First ass read. He absolutely should have been able to complete that ball. I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe it was an aborted play because he realized that the guy was covered, but regardless, we're in the second half now, and Mac Jones starts it off with a bang. I mean, that's lovely. Truly. That's the best throw of his night. It's the second best throw of his year. He had a really, really nice teardrop to Ricky Pearsall last week. Give it props where it is due. That is elite. This is great, which is a little bit less than elite. Pocket's not muddy, right? Like, 8 is making progress, but the ball's already completely out by the time that there's a light hit after the play. That being said, 20 yards downfield on the sideline on a dot, perfect timing, perfect chemistry. That is a perfect throw. Great job. Was wide receiver wide open? Of course. Was it a first read? Yeah, duh, it's Mac Jones. That being said, he executed, and that's a tougher play to execute because of the depth of the receiver. Here's another one where I got to show you the tight copy so you can understand why that's an easy throw. Because from the broadcast angle, it looks pretty tough. It looks like he really fit that ball in there. Until you see the truth, which is that there's nobody near him. There's nobody. I mean, it's completely wide open. And it's directly in front of your face. This is just as easy as playing catch with your old man. If you didn't have an old man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But you probably could throw that ball as well. Maybe you played catch with your mom or with yourself. Playing with yourself is fine. I won't besmirch it. But if you can throw a football, you can throw that football. Same with that one. Routine throw, first read. A little bit of plus pocket movement because the pocket was collapsing quickly, so it's good he got the ball out quick. But this one really, this is my magnum opus. So you know how people who don't really know what they're talking about love to blame the success of physically limited quarterbacks like Tua or Mac Jones on awareness, pocket presence, anticipation, footwork, savvy, all these like voodoo words that they don't know what it means, but they saw it playing Madden or they heard it watching ESPN, so now they think it's real? Yeah. This is a perfect example of that shit's not real. Don't worry about it. We're in the end zone. It's first down. Mac Jones, if you watch the full video, you'll see it in almost every play. If you're only watching this clip, notice Mac Jones' head never moves, right? Let's start it over again so you can be double sure. Yep, it doesn't move. It only looks one way the entire time at this tight end. That's it. Now, Mac Jones is being pressured, and I understand that can make him panic a little bit. It is understandable to make a bad decision. But my telestrator seems to be broken. I'll fix it for the next video. But do you see number 5? Again, we think it's MVS. He's going to run this little corner, right? He's going to run basically to the corner of this R right here where my mouse is. I hope you can see my mouse. He's wide open, right? You got to arc the ball over these linebackers clustered on the tight end. But all you got to do is throw the ball to the point of that R and you have a touchdown and it's easy. Yeah, you're going to be hit, but you're only throwing the ball 15 yards. It's only 5-10 yards past the line of scrimmage. You're going to be fine. Instead, Mac Jones is locked onto his first read, and it looks like somebody's locked onto his first read as well. I mean, that's inappropriate. I hope this person's parents are not watching. That's rude, frankly, and you should do that. I don't care what men do behind closed doors, but I don't want them to do it in the end zone on primetime television. Nasty. Have some manners. If 53 here, this linebacker, if he doesn't just make the most boneheaded seizure play of all time, right? Like if he doesn't react like some bad AI from Madden 2012, this is a pick. As we've already noted, inappropriate, untoward things are happening in the end zone between these two grown, consenting men. Just, get a room, guys. If 53 steps in front of that and shields Mac Jones' virgin eyes from the atrocity, it's an interception in the end zone. The Rams catch the ball, take a knee. Matt Stafford has the ball at the 25-yard line. Rams easily win the game. I make lots of money. Everybody's happy, except for the two men who are forced to stop doing whatever that is once the play ends. Instead, he's going to just run directly into his own teammate for no reason and knock him down and jeopardize his entire chance at the ball. Now, the ball is so poorly thrown that it doesn't matter. And it's honestly so poorly thrown that even the trail defender who's getting cooked by number 5 in the back of the end zone, remember when I said throw the ball at the point of the R? Yeah, looks like it would have been a great choice right about now, the Funk Soul brother. But either way, the ball's so poorly thrown that even this trail defender isn't in a position to make a play on it. Just a really bad throw. Yes, Mac Jones is being hit. Give him a plus pocket movement. But he's so lucky that wasn't picked. Look at number 53 now, literally ass up, head down. He couldn't have played himself any worse. Should have been an easy touchdown, and Mac Jones turns it into a should have been interception simply because the man doesn't think. Kyle Shanahan says throw the ball to this receiver at that time, and he does it. And if it doesn't work out exactly as envisioned, bad things happen. 1, 2. Moving on, next drive. Play action, first read. Ooh, doesn't like the first read, throws the flat. So Mac Jones is supposed to throw this dig to number 5 at the top of the screen, right? You see he's cutting in. He's got leverage. Number 3, the safety, is backing out, so you can throw it just by that linebacker, number 40-something's ear, the guy standing on the 30-yard line. Throw it by his ear, lead 5 to the middle of the field. This is the dig that has basically made Jared Goff's career. It made Jimmy Garoppolo's career for a long time. Mac Jones doesn't like it once he starts spinning out of the pocket, and he throws the easy pass. And he doesn't throw it very well, but it's routine and it's his second read. So, hey, that's number 4 getting to his second read. Not here. Routine, first read, easy throw. Easy throw to the flat. First read, obviously. Oh, look at that. Kind of a second read. Now, this is all entirely a farce, right? He's purposefully looking to the right when no receiver's over there because it's part of selling the screen. It's first read, it's routine. It's a fake second read. Congrats on that. Clean pocket. It's frustrating. One of the very few times that Mac Jones attempts a deep throw, his receiver just falls down, and that has nothing to do with Mac Jones. Receiver fell down after the ball was thrown. Looks like it might have even been catchable. I tend to think it wouldn't have been just because it's a little bit too underthrown, right? You're expecting your receiver to come back towards the ball. That's not what you want to do on the sideline. But alas, it's just not his fault that the receiver fell down. I'm not grading the play. Here, really good play on the ball by 53. He's kind of making up for his seizure previously. Not quite interceptable. You'll see on the tight copy though. Ball's high and and a little bit too far inside. It should be low and out in front. Right? It should be so low that the receiver can kind of do a power slide and get right under it because the defender cannot power slide with him as quickly. No matter, we will hit the easiest pass in football. 5 yards of cushion. Nobody in between you and the receiver. Wide fucking open. It doesn't get easier than that, buddy. Routine throw and it gains 9 yards. That's a pretty decent throw. Clean pocket, but he lasers it in there for a nice 12-yard gain. That is a solid throw. Good job. Right, and again, the tight copy shows us that it was more open than it looked like on the broadcast angle. Like, that's actually really, really open. He's got like 3 yards of clearance on either side, including the defender who's touching him. Because remember, the defender would have to cross the receiver's body in order to get to the ball. It's totally impossible. It's a good throw. It's wide open. It is the first read. It was quick and it was easy and there was no pressure, but it was a solid throw nonetheless. And we got to take him where we can find him with this guy because boy, was this game boring. Just so many first read easy throws. Here's not a first read, right? This is what happens when everything goes wrong and Mac just can't find a man. He throws it to his fullback for, yep, you guessed it, under 5 air yards. As always, routine throw. Second read, but routine throw. This one's decent. I mean, it's only 4 yards down the field, but it's to the sideline. It wasn't his first read. You know, from the tight copy, you can see just how open McCaffrey was. It was very open on the out. But, Mac drove it in there, and it was, I don't know, man. I'm just starved for decent quarterbacking. I really can't wait to go watch Matt Stafford after this. Bad ball, Mac. Don't get it batted. Don't do it. If you have a free rusher, if this is what you're looking at, don't throw it at him because he's gonna get it. And when he bats that ball up like a volleyball, you're only opening yourself up to terrible, terrible things. If you catch it, you're gonna get sacked and lose a ton of yardage. If they catch it, they have the ball and that's bad. There's nothing good that can come of throwing the ball at a guy who's jumping into you. Pull the ball down and move, or throw the ball quicker. How could this be easier? It's first read, right over the middle, 5-yard throw. Easy, easy, easy. If your mama can make it, no offense to your mama, but if she can make the throw, I'm not impressed by an NFL quarterback making it. Here again, Mac tries something. He's trying something. Nice 20-yard throw, but it's way too high because he doesn't have the arm to actually get the ball there. He gets a little bit wild. Ball goes high. Yikes. Here, another easy one. Slant, 5 yards. First read. Mac Jones tries to throw to his first read, but it should have been picked. And maybe not by 10. Some of you who are Mac stands might be saying, like, oh, 10 would have to make a sick fucking catch. Yeah, I'm not talking about 10. I'm talking about Cam Curl, number 3, right behind him. Watch number 3 drop out. Good disguise, right? Mac is assuming pre-snap everything's going to work exactly like Kyle Shanahan told him it would. And it won't. Because Cam Curl drops out, and this Stewart guy drops out. Stewart gets a hand on it, but if he didn't, Cam Curl's sitting there waiting on his knees like he's going to field a child's punt. And 10 even throws his hands up because he's like, fuck, if I would have just let Curl catch the ball, we'd win the game and make Joe a lot of money. And that's what we're all here to do. But alas, pain and injustice are all we are welcome to. Motion, everybody knows it's zone, and an easy throw to the fullback. First read, of course. Swing screen, first read, of course. This is overtime, by the way. This is the game-winning clutch-ass drive. Flat, easy. First read. First read. Marching. First read. Oh, for whatever reason, he didn't want to throw it to his first read, which was open, by the way. McCaffrey is open. You have to shield the ball from the defender, right? The linebacker could charge in on the right shoulder of McCaffrey, so you got to put it outside and spin him around a little bit. But it's certainly a completable ball. Doesn't matter. I'll tell you, right, freeze it right there. This is when he should throw the ball. He's already afraid. He's already panicking. He doesn't want to throw the ball. He's not thinking about throwing the ball. He's thinking, oh my God, and he takes a sack. Now, we're going to call that a no-fault sack because, well, frankly, I already gave him a D+, and if we sink him down to a D, people are going to be mad. So we're just going to not care. But it's arguably a sack that's on Mac Jones's head. And then here, the pressure's really quick. This is a good job of, escaping the pressure while he can by Mac. Decent job of keeping his head downfield. Now, he doesn't have the arm strength to actually execute or do anything. Should have just checked the ball down to his tight end right over the middle. He doesn't for whatever reason. No matter, it wasn't his tight end. It was his running back. All these whites are confusing me. Instead, he tries to throw the ball to the tight end, but he just doesn't have enough arm. It's a bad throw. It's a plus pocket movement because he at least extended the play, and that is every snap. Let's talk about it. As you can see, I gave Matt Stafford an A+ in this game. I'm not going to break down all his throws, but it was lovely, and I highly encourage you to do that yourself. And at the exact same time, Mac Jones was kind of poo-poo. I gave him a D+, which is a mediocre backup's grade, and that makes sense because Mac Jones is a mediocre to low-end backup. He's fine. He can play football. He's not good at it, but he could do it, at an NFL level. Obviously, he outclasses me, your entire high school team, everybody that you grew up playing with, etc. Who cares? That's not the point. We don't watch football to say, I'm better than him. We watch football to say, he's better than the other guy on the TV, right? Like, if you want to get caught up playing that game, there's traffic. I heard it's lovely for playtime. In this game, Mac Jones had one great throw that out to Kendrick Bourne, 20 yards downfield. That was lovely. It was great. Keep doing that, and your grade will rise very, very quickly. He attempted one deep throw. It was out of bounds. It was too underthrown to lead the receiver out of bounds. It was also too high to be a jump ball. Does that make sense? it was halfway between a back shoulder jump ball type situation and a leading the receiver up the field into the back of the end zone situation. Pick one, hit it, and your grade will jump dramatically. He also threw an interception. It got dropped, but it was an interception nonetheless, or at least it should have been. Interceptable balls are what we call them. He manipulated the pocket 5 whole times, which means 5 times he threw while under pressure or he moved to avoid said pressure. That's insane. But when you're getting the ball out to your first read every single time and all the throws are really short and easy, yeah, you don't have to worry about like pressure or pass rush or thinking. On the day, Mac Jones was only accurate on 73% of his aimed passes, not including throwaways, which is slightly above the league average. But when you factor in the fact that almost 60% of his plays were really easy throws, hard to be impressed. Again, like I said during the video, nobody gives you a pat on the back or a blowjob because you drove sober, right? They just punish you when you don't drive sober. Mac Jones drove sober. He stayed on the road. He had his headlights on. But he wasn't making any cool maneuvers. He wasn't going very fast. He didn't avoid traffic with any cool shortcuts. He just took the normal route home in traffic and didn't crash. If you want a pat on the back, there it is, but it's not going to change your D plus grade. It's not going to change the fact that if Mac Jones went down tomorrow and the 49ers were forced to play some other guy off the street, it would probably go exactly how it just went. Because quarterbacks in the 49er system are extremely replaceable, and God forbid they ever found a really good one, they'd win the Super Bowl by multiple touchdowns. Or like probably be leading by 25 points at halftime. Shout out Matt Ryan, you deserved one. Sorry, you had to go against the GOAT. All of this should tell 49ers fans two things. One, you will always be good as long as you have Kyle Shanahan. And two, you should not have paid Brock Purdy's dusty ass a penny. Giving him $60 million a year was a crippling mistake, and you are stuck for the next 2 years. Yikes. Owners are casual fans, and those casual fans pick the GMs who often happen to be casual fans or just buddies of casual fans. Sorry about it. Actually, not sorry. Don't love the city of San Francisco. I'll be there this weekend and almost every other weekend. Until next time, I'll probably be watching more film, but I also might just take a fucking nap. Hasta.